Okay, Urbexers, part 2. I had to do a retake after I slammed my knee. So today I'm in the rail yard off Shenandoah. It has also snowed, which is the main reason I'm out. I like the snow and I wanted to kind of preserve it. So here we have an old Norfolk and Western coal hopper. Normally the built date would be on it, but kind of not. So if you want to see when a train car has been built, by the way, you'll look right there. I think most of the stuff belongs to the museum, but I'm not exactly sure. This is a Norfolk and Western one. Over here we have a sd40. It's also been abandoned. I'll get to that later. Kind of gonna like work my way around. Here we have a passenger car. Yeah, I like slammed my knee pretty bad when I got up in there. So I had to turn the radio off and sit for like a few minutes. But you can tell like this one's pretty rough off. The windows are smashed. There's also a place around here that supposed to fix these things up. I mean, this thing is so rough I can't originally tell who the manufacturer of these are. I love trains and can normally tell, but I can't from this. But I'll see if I can find out, but I'm not going to promise you anything. You can see where this thing's falling apart. I don't think I'm going to be able to get into that side of it, so I'm going to have to double back. Man, like I said, it is snowing here. I love the snow. You get these guys, they make their videos and they edit everything. Not to that stage yet, and I think y'all like authenticity. So I'm setting the camera down so I can get up here without killing myself. Okay. Here we have the facilities. I think there's an organization, if I didn't mention this, that's dedicated to fixing this stuff up. But I think they actually run off public funding. And you actually have to be paid to be a member of that. Which I think that if you wanted to do something like that for free, you should be allowed to. But then again, I kind of get the gist that they run off donations and they probably have to pay their rent. But then again, I'm also at the point where I think that you should really be able to work there for free. I mean, if you're donating your time, why not? You can see where they started to try to renovate this car. Okay, done started like stripping the seats out of it and organizing the seats. And I don't think that's like new parts. I mean, I don't think that's original light covers and stuff. Because obviously plastic was not around when something like this was invented. I don't know, I could be wrong. Yeah. Found out the manufacturer, Norfolk and Western. Should have figured because this is Norfolk and Western territory. Alas, now Norfolk and Southern. Odd, there was a Norfolk and Southern. I was reading about this on Wikipedia that happened to be around before Norfolk and Southern. Hornet's nest or something. Notice that this is kind of tight and I'm not really trying to get in here and rip my jacket, so you'll just have to do what you see. This video kind of might be a two-part segment just because of all the stuff there is to explore down here. Then, you know, I kind of got to worry about the pigs and such. Railroad police, there's like double threat of being down here. But I've never really had any problems before when I came down here. So, there's that. I gotta find a way to get down here without soaking my phone or myself or falling. I'm actually on an old crane car, but as you see, I'm not really wanting to walk on that so much, especially when everything's soaked. Because falling out here is not too fun. You can ask somebody I know, a broken leg and had to have a couple surgeries. But then again, you really need to pay attention where you're going. That all could have been avoided. Like I said, the build dates are on it. This one was built in 1255. Like I said, if you want to know when something was built train car wise, which are probably not train geeks like me, that's how you do it. Conrail was my favorite, and still is my favorite, but they are no more, so. Because they had a merger between Norfolk and Southern. Well, it wasn't really a merger. Norfolk and Southern and CSX really bought them out. So, that's what happened on that. And there's like several good trains down here I'm going to try to capture. Alright, this is the crane, the inside of the crane. I'm going to get in there. So, so I don't kill myself, I will have to set down the camera. And I don't edit, so there's that. I'm not going to try to get... Well, actually, there's another spot in here, so this might be interesting. I've never been on the inside of this. You gotta love that old metal oil mixture smell. Hey look, the next car I'm going to do is right behind me. But this is the inside of the crane. Hey, look, it's a caterpillar. I just noticed that. Here we are at a conrail. I do believe this is an sd40 from earlier exploration down here. And you can tell from the front how old this is because it does not have the snow plow on it. I love conrail. Conrail blue. Conrail really got me into my liking of trains. Now, if you know anything, a couple of these used to sit down in the Virginia Transportation Museum. This is one of them. This thing is old. Everything's been open on it, so anything that was cloth in here has been stripped out. They stripped out the seats. Old cooler. See, I'm noticing something that with the older trains, there seem to be more amenities. Like, I think that was a bathroom, but I'm not going to sit there and try to pull that open and wrestle with it. Especially as cold as it is. But yeah, I tell you, I'm sorry, it's a sd40. I swore this thing had sd60 on it. So you train guys can go off at any minute. Oh, you don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, obviously I don't. I'm going to try to get a walk by when I get off of this. Hopefully I can get in, and I'm behind an old streamliner. These are like my favorite engines. Hopefully I can get into it and it's not rusted shut. And guess what? It is. Whoa. Everything around here is slick as glass. So I'm gonna go by for a walk by of this one, but they stripped all the number boards and everything out of this. I wonder what happens to the owners when this stuff gets too old to operate. Do they get their money back? Or I wonder if they made their money back from the lease while it was open. I mean, while it was under the lease. Something like this. They were talking about fixing this like 20 years ago at the Transportation Museum and making it what it once was. I think it was like an old reading unit, don't quote me. But yeah, so I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to come back this way. I'm probably starting to run out of time. Have to sit down again, viewers. A little bit of back history on this unit, viewers. This was in the flood of '85. And it killed a boatload of people. And it like destroyed half the transportation museum stuff. And this is one of the things they never got around fixing. That looks like a blower. I'm not entirely sure it is, but that's a big blower. Yeah, you got your filter right there, so it probably is. I'm not too mechanically inclined. Ugh. These old gauges. Actually, my thing's going on, so it either stops at 30 or 15. I'm not exactly sure. They were nice enough to chain it closed, so I can't get in the engine for y'all. Haha. This thing is rotted out, but these engines, they were so pretty. If you want to look at how bad the flood of 1985 was, then feel free to do it. It's on YouTube. I had to turn my flashlight on so y'all could get a view of this. I just noticed, I don't think they had bathrooms in these, so if you had to go to the bathroom, you were on your own. But there's the door, which made these things impossible to cross over. Wow. I just noticed that the things and the windows in these are manually rolled up and down. You can kind of see where it's going up, but the components are pretty rusty on that. I want to try to get out this way. No, I'm not fighting with it either. I really don't feel like walking back through there. I think that was after. This, like I said, the plastic. This was the 1960s. Although I could be wrong, don't quote me. I like history, I don't really know it. I'm trying to yank that open from this side. It ain't coming. Alright, I'm going to have to sit down to crawl out of here, viewers. I'll get a close-up of the front. Alright, now this isn't really abandoned, but I don't think they use them or make them anymore, but I could possibly be wrong. So, again, don't quote me. Slugs. I love these. There's nothing really to show. And I don't feel like crawling up there to get up there for y'all, so. Because it's really not that old. Doesn't really go with the whole thing. But I just figured I'd add that for whoever would want to see it. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, if you look at that, there's like no snow plow on it. So I'm going to come back and show y'all. See, your modern engines, or even the ones from like the 80s, they were built with a snow plow. To push the snow. That doesn't have one. I'm going to get into like an 80s unit. But, I mean, it's nothing really that unremarkable. So, that's a D840C. Well, actually, I'll get into two of them. I guess I'll get into the Sulan, and I might come back to that, maybe. Because Sulan's another defunct corporation, merged, something, who knows. There's a yard tender for those that are interested. But SD40. You can tell where they marked it out. It's now owned by a leasing company. But now it just sits down here. This isn't really that old. Maybe 30 some years old. Kind of looks like a car amp. It might actually be an amp. Little vent for the bathroom. Another vent. I'm going to do this last engine back here. If we run out of time, so be it, because stuff really isn't abandoned, but y'all might find it decent to watch, who knows. I just noticed, and see the overhang on the hood? You don't have one on these different manufacturers, different age, I don't know. Ah, yeah, this one's definitely an old engine. Again, as I mentioned before, if you see that, no plow. Unless it's a yard tender, it's normally a thing to put plows on it this day and age. Better view of the crane if I didn't get one before. I think the railroad came in and stripped a bunch of stuff out of this. But this was definitely a big engine. These things were built for horsepower. I think we're about to run out of time on this one. So, we run out of time. I hope you enjoyed today's Urbex video. Especially with all the climbing around I had to do to film this. There's that yard tender. There's a better shot of it while I'm up here. I didn't run over, amazing. I was sitting here waiting for it to run over. And just in case I didn't get this, the whole of this engine that we were just in, I'm going to go and get it now. If I got anything wrong, feel free to drop a comment in the box below. And that's the end of this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Bye.